I'm Dan Fitzpatrick at Stock Market Mentor on Saturday, January 14th. First of all, Monday, holiday, no trading, have fun, see you Tuesday, right? Okay, now let's get to this. Omnivision, so I guess this company kind of got kicked to the curb by Apple, part of the reason for the decline here. So what are you going to do with this stock? It fell 3.2% just on Friday, but here's what I see kind of shaping up. You've got this stock that's just kind of poking above the 50-day moving average like it's done, you know, since really kind of falling off a cliff back here. So it's poking above the 50-day moving average, but at the same time, we've got this series of higher lows. Now, I could make a case that this is actually a bearish wedge or a flat triangle. A bearish wedge is just that, bearish. A flat triangle is actually bullish. It means you've got a flat top, higher lows, indicating that buyers are getting increasingly aggressive in buying, while sellers continue to dump stock right about the same level here. But given the fact that buyers are increasingly aggressive, at some point you're going to expect that kind of breakout. A bearish wedge, not so much. That is converging lows and highs, moving it, you know, upwards. But in other words, the stock is oscillating in tighter and tighter levels. The idea for that is ultimately it trickles out the bottom. What I'm saying here on Omnivision is you don't have to, you don't have to anticipate it. You can wait for the stock to tell you what it's going to do. I will, and in other words, if the stock moves above here, then go ahead and buy it because you're probably going to see this kind of move. On the other hand, if the stock falls out a little bit, you definitely don't want to be holding it. Do you want to short a stock? You want to short a $12 stock that used to be $35, $36 stock? Not really, not me. But if it does start to fall out, then just stay away from it. Don't sit there like a dummy and buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. I mean, sooner or later you'll make money if you have all of your portfolio in the stock, continuing to average down. Finally, at some point, the stock moves up 3% and you make money on your million shares. So don't do that. You can just wait. But here's one point of caution, though, as far as a flat triangle. If it's really a truly like a bullish flat triangle, it needs to already have broken out. The idea on these triangles is like once you see what the high and the low is, like this would be the low, which by the way, you would only know that this was the low after the stock made a higher low. Listen up, I'm giving you pearls. After the stock makes a higher low, then you would say, well, this would be higher than that. And then after the stock comes up to hit the same level, and you see it didn't quite do it here, after the stock comes up to hit the same level as last time, you'll be saying, maybe we have what's looking like a flat triangle here. So right about then is when you need to see the stock breaking out. Wrong box there. I was trying to do this for dramatic effect. You need to see the stock breaking out right there. If instead the stock just kind of trickles, trickles to the very end of the triangle, typically what happens, see, even the bell's telling you this, typically what happens is the stock trickles out the bottom. So ultimately the conclusion is this: whether this is a flat triangle or whether this is a bearish wedge, it's not a buy right now. It's just not a buy. I can't really say it's a short, but it's not a buy because if it's a right triangle, it's too weak. It's taken too long to break out. So even if it does, it's probably going to be a fake out. If it's a bearish wedge, well, then we definitely don't want to buy anyway, right? Because we're bears. Anyway, that's it for here. Members, I got a lot of stocks that I've gone over in the strategy session. I kind of went overtime, and I'll tell you exactly why, even though I'm saying that it's Dan on Monday, or excuse me, on Sunday the 14th. I actually secretly did them on Friday the 13th, and I was so nervous about the superstition around Friday the 13th that I decided to go extra overtime. So you got a lot of stuff to cover. Get over there and do it.